Hello everyone, welcome to Topiqos. Myself Shashidhar, I am your geography faculty. So I will be taking your geography. So whole geography, basically prelims part, mains part. So I'll be taking your geography as we will also take some part of environment also. However, you will know, like in your geography, we have several topics which are clubbed with the environment also. So basically, I'll be taking prelims part of geography, and in geography basically we have Indian geography and the world geography. Okay, so today is the first class for the geography class. So we'll be taking a small introduction for the geography, where we will be discussing about the prelims part, we will discussing about the mains part, and we will be discussing some syllabus of the mains syllabus as well as some prelim syllabus. Okay, and we'll see which books we have to go through with the geography context, whether we have to study NCERT or not, how the questions are getting framed. We'll see in the couple of classes also how the question are getting, what are the weightage that the syllabus we know that for prelims we have to study history, geography, polity. Okay, we have to study international relation, economy, geography, and science and tech. So in this prelims, in prelims, out of 100 questions, how many questions are coming from the geography? Okay, so we'll see how what are the weightage for geography, and we'll also discuss about the mains weightage for geography. Like in the geography come in the GS1. Okay, general study paper one. So we'll see how what are the weightage that geography take in prelims as well as mains. Okay, so this is the first class for the geography, where we are discussing basically about the introduction part. Okay, so see, talking about geography, if we understand this is a core subject, we for in case of the prelims preparation, history, geography, we have polity, we have economy, science and tech, and we have environment. So about I will say in case of in case of prelims, the geography is a very core subject, because see, it carry around the basically it would be around 12 to 15 question in the prelims. So it is a very core subject for the preparation for the civil services. So if you're preparing for the civil services, so it is like history, geography, polity are the core subject for you. So you have to this carry a lot of weightage. If I'm saying in the case of prelims, we have seen in the couple last 10 to 15 years, we have seen around basically 15 question, 17 question have been seen, and even there are several questions which are club. Basically, it would be a club with the environment part also. Okay, so this would be the first class of the geography, where we are discussing about syllabus. Okay, so let's start with the syllabus context. See, when we see geography, just a second. Okay, so when we see about geography, geography part, so what comes in mind? It comes in mind, we have to study about what? We have to study about river, we have to study about mountain, we have to study about the like we have to study about river, mountain, passes. Okay, about world geography, we have to study about the geographical phenomena, we have to study earthquake, we have to study about volcano. So we have to study several of these factors in the geographical test. So geography is very easy, because in case of geography, when I used to say about when we used to say about okay, so just a second. Okay, so when I used to say we have to study geography with the with the context of 15 questions. So in the prelims, when there are around 15 questions used to come for geography, so about these 15 questions, we have seen around 10. Okay, so basically 10 of just a second. Basically 8 to 9 questions would be seen from what? Would be seen from the Indian geography. Okay, so when it constitute around 15 questions in the prelims, we have seen like 8 to 9 questions would be from Indian geography. Okay, so basically it would be from Indian geography part. Okay, and about other just a second. So about 8 to 9 questions would be coming from what? Indian geography. And other questions, like remaining 6 to 7 questions, remaining 6 to 7 questions would be from, it would be from the world geography. Okay, world geographical phenomena. So in the prelims part, we have it has been seen there are around 14 to 15 questions would be coming in geography, and in those we have seen about 8 to 9 questions would be from the like Indian geography, and the remaining like 5 to 6 question or like 6 to 7 question would be from where? It would be from like world geography. Okay, so like let's start with the like, basic syllabus context. What are the syllabus of the geography? Okay, so like about geography, we have like basically we have a Indian geography. Okay, then we have what? We have a world geography. Okay, so when we I have said like earlier also like we have around 15 questions would be from geography, and that constitute around 7 to 8 questions would be from what? It would be 7 to 8 questions would be from basically like Indian geography, and we have a world geography. So in the geography just okay. So in the geography we have like in the geography we have what? We have the first, that is Indian geography. Okay, the first part that we have a Indian geography. Okay, so we have a first one, that is Indian geography. So what does the Indian geography constitute? We'll be discussing what the Indian geography constitute. We'll also be see. First, we are discussing the prelims part of the syllabus, where we will be discussing about the prelims part, the syllabus, and secondly, we'll be also discussing the main syllabus. Then I will also segregate your prelims. What will we will study in the classes, like syllabus part. Okay, so then we'll right. So first we'll be discussing about the geography syllabus part, where we have to discuss about geography in the context of like prelim syllabus. Then we'll discuss about main syllabus. Then also like elaborate prelims part. What is coming in the examination and how we will be going to be in the class. And then at last we are going to discuss about the what books we have to follow in the case of geography. Okay. Okay, so in case of Indian geography, what we have to study? So there are basically we have a physical features, we have a economic geography, and then we have a social demographic geography. Okay, so first we like everybody, I think they are aware, you are already aware. We will have to study about relief, like relief of geography. Okay, then we have to study about drainage system of geography. Okay, relief means what? Like passes, mountain, the topography of the like Indian geography. Okay, so then we have to study about the Himalayan versus peninsular rivers. So we know like when we discuss about geography, these are the Himalayan river. Here we have a Himalayan, basically Ganga. Okay, we have a Brahmaputra, we have a Indus. So we have a several rivers which are at a they are known as a Himalayan river. And then we have a peninsular river, like which is in India is a peninsula. Okay, so why the India is called as a peninsular India, like peninsula? The reason because we have three side of the country is surrounded by water. So if the three side of the country would be surrounded by water, it would be known as a peninsula. Okay, like in thing. If all side of the land mass would be surrounded by water, it would be known as what? It would be known as an island. It would be known as an island. Okay. So then we have to study about the climate. Basically, we will study the monsoon mechanism, El Nino and La Nino. Okay. We have to study about soil. We have to study about natural vegetation of India. Okay. We have to study about the natural vegetation of India. Okay. Then we have to study about the economic geography, where we have to study about agriculture, crop pattern, irrigation, minerals, energy, resource, industry, transport, and communication. And then we have to study about the social demographic geography, where it constitutes about the population distribution, density, urbanization, migration trend. So basically, if we like, have you studied about the Big Bang theory? Are you knowing like Big Bang theory? So what does the Big Bang theory? Let me like it would be more easier for you. So in case of Big Bang theory, we have studied this in the school also, Big Bang theory. So Big Bang theory used to say like Earth was earlier Earth was earlier a mass of a mass of a fire which has a tremendous energy. So Earth was initially a mass of fire, like a mass of a fire, and it has a tremendous energy, and the energy always started increasing. So as the energy increases, like energy, the size of the Earth, it also started increasing. Okay. So now the like Earth went to what? Just a second. Earth went to suppose this much big size. So Earth was earlier a fire, like mass of a fire. Then we have like the energy of the mass of like Earth started increasing, and a lot of it has a tremendous energy. So at a certain point, it bombard, and it converted into so many small planets. Okay, so many small like planets we can say. Okay, so about and this planet was like the masses which are like heavy, so they have been surrounded nearby only, nearby. So and the masses which has like which are low in weight, like lightweight, so they went to a like very large distance. Okay, so we can so it means what, the earth was earlier like a fire of a mass of a fire. Okay, and energy started increasing, and as the energy started increasing, we have seen like it bombard, and after bombard it become into small, so many fragments. It become into small like so many it converted into so many small fragments. Okay, fragment. And the material which after the bombardment, the material which are I'll say like which are smaller in size, like low weight, so they went to like very far, and the material which are very less like in the weight, it become very far, and the heavy, it become near to like this. Okay, so now this went to what, this went to the like formation of the earth. Okay, this went to the formation of earth. After this what we able to see, like we will study in the couple of classes also. Like we have suppose you you have understood this part much. Okay, now we'll see. Suppose this was let about this part again. Okay, so now I'll say like this was suppose a earth. Okay, as you know, the earth is on a geoid shape. We have a earth which is a geoid shape. Now this earth become what, we have this earth the earth mass is used to be known as penthalsa. Okay, we have a penthalsa, and we have a sea, we known as we have a penthalsa, Pangea. Okay, so we have a Pangea basically. So we have a Pangea, and the Pangea used to be what? The Pangea used to be the mass of the Earth, which was to be found on the Earth. Okay, so the land mass which are on the Earth used to be Pangea. So then we have a Panthalsa, like it was a sea in the Earth only, the water body. So we have a Panthalsa, we have a Pangea, like Pangea is the landmass, Panthalsa was the water body. So and this what how this water body or a Panthalsa started making, we see understood about in the earth, we have a lot of in the earth, in this earth we have a what, just a second. Suppose like we and this in the earth we have what, we have a liquid which is known as a magma, which is known as a magma. And then this magma is what, this is a like highly just a second, let me check on. Okay, so we were discussing about a big bang theory. Big bang theory is what, earth has a so many like earth was a basically a fire, and it has a lot of tremendous energy. As the energy started increasing, so what happened on this earth bombard, and we have so many several planets, and these planets starting like after several period of time, thousands of years, this planet starting cooling, and like it has a lot of energy, and this energy coming out of the like coming from the surface of the earth, and this is known to be known as a magma. This is known to be known as a magma. And the outer, which are coming to be like outer part of the magma, is to be known as a lava. Okay, so and this lava started settling down, and we have the formation of the rocks, which led to the formation of rocks basically. And these this liquid started setting down, and we have seen what, we have seen a mountain, that is mountain ranges. And then after mountain ranges, these mountains started through the weathering process, we have seen what, we have seen a after mountain we have seen a mountain mountains. Okay, basically we see further, initially we have seen mountain ranges, and then we have what, we have a mountains, and the top of mountain, every top of the mountain we have a hills. So basically we'll study also hills also. Okay, then after mountain, what we have studied, what after we have studied mountain ranges, mountain hills, and then we'll study like peak also, the highest position of the every mountain, that is peak. Okay, then we'll study about the passes. Then we'll also study about the pass. Okay, like pass is what, basically a like gap like a way between two mountains. Okay, so we'll study about the pass also, that is basic, also known as a ghat. Okay, that is also known as a ghat. And then we'll also study about valley. Okay, we'll study about valley, and then we'll like go through going through, we'll have to study about the rivers. Okay, because see, at a several point of mountain we have seen the river also, we will see a river also. So we have to study river, and after river, we if the river is like river, so we have to study the source point of river. And then the river started coming down, when the river started coming down, like, so it went to several places, and wait, like, all of a sudden, if this river flow, this for in case the river is flowing, the river is this, like the, just a second, a river is flowing. So at a certain point, when it's sudden drop down of the river, that is known as a waterfall. So we will study about the waterfall also. Okay, we are going to about waterfall also. And in the case the where the like surrounding the river, we have a several place, like several things nearby the river. So we will be studying like when we will studying about the biosphere, like near the place, the forest nearby the river. It is like we have to study about biosphere. Then we'll study about the national park, wildlife sanctuary. Okay, and before like before this before the after the river part, we will also study soil of India. Okay, and if we are studying the soil of India, what should we have to study? The vegetation, what to be grown on this land India. Okay, I hope you got it. Okay, so let me take you, like, just a second. I'll write this thing for you. Then we'll. I hope you got it. Okay. So what we have studied? We have studied about the Big Bang theory. Okay. We have studied Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory, just like basically Earth has a tremendous of energy, and this and like the energy started. Earth has a tremendous energy, and that energy started like at a certain point, the period of time, it came its peak, and it bombarded and converted to several planets, like several matter, like several things, and one of those was planet also. So in this planet, like in this planet, we have seen, like, initially we have a liquid material that used to be come out. Okay, so if I'll say like a liquid material that used to be come out, okay, and this material started segregating, and okay, and this liquid material started segregating, and it is known to be as known what it would be known as, like rocks. After certain period of time, after settling down, it will be known as a rocks. Okay, we will also going to study about igneous rock. We are also going to study about the metamorphic rock, sedimentary rock in this upcoming classes. So this like this are going to be the formation of what, mountain ranges. So we are going to study about the mountain ranges of what? Mountain ranges of India. Okay. Then we are going to study about the, if we have a several mountain range. So then further we will study about the mountains. Okay, we are going to study about the mountain, and like after the mountain, we have to study about the peaks. Okay, we are going to study about hills. Okay, and then if we when we cover this, we are going to study about a valley of India. Okay. See, I'm trying to make sure that you just learn the way we are going to proceed for the classes. And if you might be for the first time, it become difficult for you to remember. But once you start like understand how we are going through the classes, you will also study the whole. You will also remember the whole syllabus of the geography in the first class itself. Okay. So we are going to study about the value of India, and then we are going to study about what? we are going to study about the drainage. Sorry, we forgot about ghat. That is basically passes. Like when we have a two mountain ranges, in between we have a passes. So if the distance between the two mountain is very less, like you can just go, then it would be known as passes. Otherwise, it is going to be a well if the people are residing between the two mountain ranges. Okay. So we are going to study about drainage. Drainage means what? We have to study about rivers of India. Okay. And when I used to say river of India, for example, this is a mountain. This is mountain, and in this mountain, I'm saying a river is coming from here. So if river is coming from here, it might be there is some source point for the river. It would be a glacier or some lake. So if then we have to study about the lake also. We are going to study about lake. Okay, and like famous lake for the country. And then we are going to like we have covered this part, and then we'll move to like how the river moves. If the river like source point of river and the tributaries of river, and then when the river comes to a sudden drop down, then we'll have to study about what? Water. Yeah. So we are going to study the waterfall of India. Okay, and like and the one thing we forgot, the soil of India. Okay, and on this soil, what is going to be grown? That is vegetation of India, natural vegetation of India. Okay, and then like we have a river, and we know like we in school everybody knows like we have a air, we have a air, we have a water, and if we have a land, then it is to be a biosphere. So we are going to study about the water, land and air, like atmosphere and lithosphere, and this all constitute a biosphere. So we are going to study with biosphere, and if we like every these three thing constitute, like we have a 18 biosphere in the country, and then we have to go through a national park, wildlife sanctuary, elephant corridors, Ramsar site. Okay, so these are the basic. And monsoon, we forgot about monsoon, Indian monsoon. Okay, so we are going to study about monsoon also. So this all constitute what? The syllabus for Indian geography. Okay, so this all constitute the syllabus of your geography, a context of Indian geography. Okay, so we are going to study Indian geography. So we have discussed a little elaborative way what we are going to study in the geography. Okay, in context of Indian geography. Okay, so now then we'll move to world geography. Okay, we are going to study about the world geography. In the world geography, we have a two things. First, we have to study some basic phenomenon of physical geography, and then we have to study about the world geography. Basically, a river of the world, soil of the world, mountain of the world. Okay, so the things which we have to discuss, like climate of the world. Okay, so we have to study about in the context of physical geography as well as the world geography. So in the physical phenomena of physical geography, what do you mean by physical geography constitute about the like not, it would be conceptual clarity, conceptual based topic. Okay, so physical geography, we are going to study about geomorphology. So basically, see, I'll say geomorphology, climatology, and oceanology. These three, geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, these three are the basically like a concept, core concept for the geography, and this usually come in the mains part. Okay, so this like these three would be a mains based topic, like and it require these three is a mains based concept. And however, we have seen 2-3 questions from these three topic every year. Okay, in the prelims also. So we'll study about geomorphology, climatology, and oceanography. Okay, so let me, like, I'll write somewhere. Basically, if we if we consider like we have a air. Just a second. Just okay. So for in case everybody know the whole earth, the earth has only three phenomena. Like okay. So first would be what land, second would be what air, and water. Okay. So these three phenomena and constitute the whole earth. Okay. We have a land, we have a earth, air, and we have a water. If I'll discuss about land, so land is what? Land is what? Lithosphere. It is what? It is a lithosphere. Air can be said as atmosphere. Atmosphere, and water would be known as a hydrosphere. Okay. And constituting like all three constitute what? All three collectively to be known as a biosphere. All three be biosphere. And this lithosphere can also be said as a geomorphology, like on the all the phenomena which are going to be on the earth surface, on the land of the earth, is to be known as a geomorphology. So all the phenomena which are going to be appear in the air would be known as the atmosphere, or would be known as a climatology. Okay, all the phenomena which are going to be going to be seen on the water, which on the hydrosphere, that would be basically oceanography. Okay, so we have to study about these three also. Okay, so geomorphology, what are the topic we are going to study in the geomorphology? The first would be what origin of the earth, how the formation of earth has begun. Okay, then would be continental drift. Continental drift. Continental drift means what? We have seen when I used to say about Panthalsa, Pangea. So what? When the Earth started forming, like we have only one big landmass, and after the we used to know when our Earth also rotate, and we have a water. This these water bodies start we have a water, and these water bodies start dividing the Earth surface. So the one big landmass converted into several continents. How many continents we have? Yes, how many continents we have? We have a seven continents. Okay, so these one landmass converted into a so many what? So many landmass, which is to be known as continent. So that is also continental drift. Okay, we will study about the plate tectonic. Okay, we are going to also study about the earthquake. Okay, earthquake which everybody knows. We were going to study about volcano, the landform, fluvial, glacial, and karst. Okay, so basically the everything which are going to be which are phenomena of a land of the earth is known to be a geomorphology. Geo means a land basically. Okay, okay. Then we are moving to a climatology. Climatology, the climate, the atmosphere related. Okay, so it would be we are going to study about the atmospheric layer. We are have to study about pressure belt, wind system, cyclones, temperature, precipitation. Okay, tropical and temperate. Then we have to study about precipitation. So basically, climatology is a whole phenomena that we are going to study about the upper surface of the earth. So basically, the air based. Okay. Then we have oceanography. Oceanography means first we have to study about ocean relief, ocean current, salinity, temperature, tides, coral reefs. Okay. So all this we are going to study. Okay, in the oceanography. Then we have a location-based mapping, important states, sea, mountain ranges, river, capital, city, region frequently appearing in the current affairs. Okay, so these are some the world geography part, where we have to study about the soil of the world. We have to study about river of the world, mountain ranges of the world. Okay, state of the world, some important seas of the world. Okay, in the examination we have seen what are the country bordering the Caspian Sea. In the this year only in the 2026 we have asked about the state of Hormuz. Okay, so we have seen couple of questions also in the last years in the UPSC and the several state civil services. important state, seas, mountain ranges, river, capitals frequently appear in the current affairs. So this is the syllabus of the UPSC for the prelims part basically. Okay. So I hope you have understood. Basically, we are going to study about the physical phenomena of the like Earth, world geography, like where we have to basic like world geography means what we have to study about the river passes, mountain ranges, the capitals, like capital cities, important one, and we are going to study like several states, seas, okay, in context of world. And Indian geography, we have studied like we have to study about physical feature. We are going to study about economic geography. We are going to study about social and demographic geography. Okay, so now let's see the UPSC syllabus in the context of GS paper 1. In the prelims, I'm again saying there would be a 15 question to be seen in the prelims in from the geography. And if considering the environment part also, so basically the one who study geography, they also collectively or collaboratively study like geography also. So environment plus geography, because this is a pattern. If you when you're going to be revise the geography, make sure you revise environment plus geography in a single in a single session. For example, if you're preparing for geography and you're thinking I'll revise in 10 days, in 10 days, so make sure geography plus environment you revise together and take 15 days. Okay, why I'm saying, because if you consecutive or like collectively if you are studying both subjects, it would constitute more than 25 questions. And when you're solving when you're studying these subjects, so collectively it would be beneficial for you, because some several topics would be considering coming in the environment also. Okay, so 25 questions, that is one fourth of your questions of prelims, that out of 100 questions 25 questions concerning these two important subjects. Okay, now let's move to the discussion for the mains. So if you have seen the questions of mains of 2000, any question of UPSC. So if you are seeing the questions of UPSC mains. So in mains we have a 20 questions. We have a 20 question. Okay. So in these 20 question, we have a 10 question would be from 10 marker, 10 question, 10 marker, and it would be constitute 100 marks. Okay, and then we have a 10 question which every question carry 15 marks, and it constitute what, 150 marks. The total would be 250 marks. So in these 250 marks, around it is it has been seen around I'll say 100 marks question. Okay, 100 marks would be coming from geography. Okay, would be coming from geography. So basically I'll say if I'll consider, we have some history questions. History question, there would be a pattern has been sent history. Then one question number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we have 11, 12, 13, 14. So all this around 8 question to be seen from what, history part. Okay, it constitutes ancient history, not medieval history question used to come in the in the mains paper, but we have seen architect part, cultural part of mains to be involved in history. Okay, then we have modern history, we have post independence, and we have a world history come in history part. So, so we are discussing what we are discussing in history, like GS paper, GS paper 1 constitute GS paper 1 constitute 250 marks, where 20 question come in the exam. Okay, and out of those 20 question, 10 question would be 10 marker, which is 100 marks, and 10 question to be 15 marks, so it constitutes 250 marks. And out of those 20 question, we have the general trend are to be seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 11, 12, 13 question number are coming from history part. Okay, then we have seen geography. For geography, we have 5, 6, 7, 15, 16, 17. and then we have a society. In case of society, we have what? We have 8, 9, 10, 18, 19, 20. So if 10 marker would, each question would be 30 marks, and here we have a 15 mark, 30, 45. 45 plus 30, that is 75. Okay, around basically 75 marks paper just to come from geography part. 75, and if one or two question increases or decreases, it would be a like if two question of a 15 marker question, that is 25 20, or 10 mark one, then it went to what, 100 marks. Okay, it has been like seen in a trend, so I can say for the like for geography in main, 75 to 100 marks it constitutes. Okay, so we have seen how what are the pattern of question, like what are the weightage geography this geography subject carry. Okay, now we'll see what are the topic that are going to be come in the examination. Okay. Just a second. Okay, so firstly, like I'll be categorizing your geography syllabus in the three contexts. First is what? The salient feature of the world and physical geography. So we are going to study about the some features of world physical geography. Okay. Then some distribution of the key natural resources, global and India. So the key natural resources, like that is oil, that is a forest, that is so like the minerals. Okay, these key natural resources of global as well as India we are going to study, and critical geophysical phenomena and some changes like ice. Okay, so glacier. They say, so we have an environmental effect on these and several critical like geophysical phenomena, the phenomena which are in critical position now. So we are going to study about that also. Okay, so this is A part of your syllabus. This is B or C, and this constitute around 75 to 100 marks in your like in UPSC Mains, and your geography come under GS paper 1. Okay, now is that okay? Okay, so like now we are going to more in detail about that is A part of your main syllabus, B part of your main syllabus, and C part of your main syllabus. Like UPSC has given a like only 2 pages, 2 3 pages about the syllabus of GA General Studies. Okay, so we cannot like go in detail what a more detail in the syllabus. But however, in the seen in the UPSC last year questions, several 10 to 15-year question, we can go through. This is the boundary that we have to study the geography part. Okay, so salient feature of the world physical geography, salient feature of the world geography, where it constitute about what? It constitute about geomorphology, okay, a climatology, a oceanography. So you will say, sir, we have seen this where a prelims part also. So this has been asked in prelims as well as in mains also. Okay, so that is I used to say now. When you study this part of the like content in the prelims, also in the mains, and this all three constitute around 3 to 4 question in the prelims, not to be more than that. Okay, so in prelims, Indian geography constitute a heavy weightage, and the world geography constitute this 3 to 4 question from these three core concepts. However, some current affair question on the location based, like location based question would be also seen in the your UPSC prelims. Okay, in the prelims examination. So in the prelims examination, Indian geography, a world geography mapping part, a world geography like geographical phenomena which consider geomorphology, climatology, and oceanography. This and some location-based mapping-based question to be seen in the prelims examination. Okay. So we are going to study about geomorphology, climatology, or oceanography. Okay. And like we have seen, we have Earth interior, plate tectonic, volcanic earthquakes, tsunami, weathering, erosion, landform evolution. These we are going to study. Atmospheric circulation in place of climatology. Climatology are basically everything we are going to study in the air context. Air mass, front, jet stream, tropical and extratropical cyclone, climate zone of the world, ocean bottom topography, temperature, salinity, current. See, current basically a movement of water here. Then we are going to study upwelling, a marine resource. Okay, so these three are like three topics to be also be seen in the prelims part as well as mains. Okay. Secondly, when I say key distribution of a natural resource, so here we have to study about the primary, like global and regional distribution. We'll see global means what, like world level, world context, and regional is India level in the context of India. So we see primary and secondary and tertiary second industry across the South Asia, Indian subcontinent, and major region world. So we are going to also study about the industrial pattern of the world as well as the India. Okay, like about cotton industry. Okay, we have seen about food processing industries based question. However, the food processing come also in agriculture. So in agriculture, we have to we industry also there. Okay, agriculture industries. Then we in the second part we are studying going to stable factor guiding the industrial location. For example, raw material availability, energy, labor, capital market, access and transport linkage, food industries. Okay, iron and steel, textile, technology, and hubs. So this is basically a mains context. Okay, and this is a mains part of the syllabus. However, this is also a mains part of your syllabus. But this also come in prelims also. We have seen on the question like in the last some 10 to 15 years, a heavy weightage of the question are also coming from the climatology part, geomorphology part also. Okay, so we have discussed the prelims where we have seen like some salient feature of the world, a feature of the world, and then key distribution of the global and as well as India. Okay, now we are going to study this also, a critical geophysical phenomena and the environmental change. So when I used to say name critical, what do you mean by critical? It is in like critical position. Okay, this is in uh, like a worse position on the edge of becoming a worse. Like okay, so critical geophysical phenomena and which is also impacting what? It is also impacting environmental changes. Basically impacting environment also. Basically impacting environment also. Okay, so we are going to study about what geophysical disasters, earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, landslide, and cloud burst. Okay. Then we are going to study about what? See, earthquake. See, this is also your part of disaster management. Okay, disaster management. Disaster management. Just a second. Disaster management. So when I say disaster management, this is also a part of GS3 syllabus. You see GS3 syllabus. GS3 syllabus. So we have seen like this disaster management is also part of GS3 syllabus and where it constitute heavy weightage. It constitute a heavy weightage. Okay, it constitute a heavy weightage. Around I'll see like 30 marks basically 22 like 20 or 10 one question basically for 15 marker and 10 marker 25. Okay, so GS3 disaster management is a part of your GS3 syllabus. And It also coming in what? It is also coming in your paper one. In paper one. So, if you are studying earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, landslide, or cloud burst, if any, so what type of question would be exam they may ask? Okay, cause of earthquake. What are the dimensions that may ask in examination? Cause of earthquake, cause of tsunami, cause of volcanic activity, cause of cyclone, cause of landslide, and cause of cloud burst. Impact of earthquake, impact of tsunami, impact of volcanic activity, impact of cyclone, impact of landslide, and impact of cloud burst. Mitigation strategy, that is a suggestion of earthquake. Mitigation strategy for what? Tsunami. Mitigation strategy for what? Volcanic activity. Mitigation strategy for cyclone, landslide, and cloud burst. So, like for every, like for all, we need for we have to study cause, impact, cause, impact, and we have also studied about, we have to see mitigation strategies, like I'll say strategy. Okay, write this strategy, mitigation strategies. So we have to prepare strategy, and then one more like suggestion from your side. So we have to prepare geographical disasters, but we have to prepare on in this dimensions: cause, impact, strategy, and solution. Okay, now we have to move. Now we'll be moving to geographical features and location. Changes in a critical features such as water body, a polar ice cap, glacier, and flora and fauna. So basically, there would be critical changes in the water bodies, polars, ice cap, glacier, and flora and fauna of the like of the world. So there would be critical changes. So if there is a critical changes, there is a changes in this all. So we have to study that also. Okay. Then we are going to study about what? Climate change impact, global warming, desertification. So this is what? This is environmental impact of the geographical phenomena. So we are going to study about global warming, desertification, sea level rise. So if we have a glacier, if the glacier will start like if there would be a rise in the temperature, so glacier would be it would be start melting. So it would be start melting, it would be increase in the water. Okay, so if they increase in the water level of the sea, so it would be sea level rise. Okay, then we have some ecological shift. Okay, this all content like constitute in your main syllabus. So basically in your main syllabus we have 75 to 100 marks. Okay, this in your mains we have seen 75 to 100 marks from the geography in your GS. Okay, have you got it? So you we have till what we have discussed. Till now we have discussed about the prelims part, the prelims of geography and the mains of geography. In prelims, we have seen 15 questions. Out of those 15 questions, 8 to 9 questions would be from Indian geography, and 7 questions would be 3/4 question from the geographical this geographical phenomena of the world, that is geomorphology, climatology, and oceanography. However, it also come in the mains also. Okay, and then we have to study the location based question, geographical location of the world which are in current in news. Then sea of the world, state of the world, mountain ranges of the world, that is also going to be come in the prelims. And mains part we have studied module A, module B, and module C, that are going to be coming to mains. Okay, that's all for this. Okay, in the next class I'll try we'll also discuss the more in detail about the Indian geography, how we are going to move in your classes. So basically, for the starting classes, we are going to start with the Indian geography, and then we are going to with the world geography mapping, and then with the other part. Okay. So let me tell you what to be follow, what books to be follow, what books to be follow. The basic books to be followed for the geography part, I'll say NCERT. NCERT is the fundamental to be followed for the prelims part as well as mains. Okay. So like not all NCERT basically, you see a standard to be said like 6 to 12 NCERT. Okay. So it depends how what is your understanding level. Are you if you're understanding well in the classes, if you're understanding well in the classes, so there is no need to go with the sixth class. You can go from ninth to 12. Okay. Okay. And if you're not understanding in the classes, you find it difficult. However, if you're in my classes, I'll try not to be like not to make it difficult for you. Okay, every subject is easy. It's teach. It's a way of teaching. It make you more easier. Okay, so I'll say for the NCERT, you have to go through 9 to 12. If you're not like if you're finding difficult, if still you're finding very easy, you can just go with the 11, 12 NCERT. Okay. So you have a three option like 6 to 12, 9 to 12, or 11 to 12. Okay, I'll say don't go very low standards. Okay, not for six. Basically, you can start with the ninth. Okay, firstly you can start with the 9, 10, 11, and if you're not understanding 9, 10, then go with the 6, 7, 8. Okay, and it hardly take 2, 3 days to study 6, 7, 8. Okay, if you take a 1 week target, I can definitely say you can cover 6, 7, 8 definitely in a 1 week. Even I have said more. Okay, you can just cover in a 3, 4 days, 4, 5 days basically. 5 days, not to be more than 5 days. They are just in 70, 80 pages books. Okay, and there are so many small clear like asking questions. There would be a child asking question, teacher used to give answer, that we have to skip those parts. Okay, and then this is a sixth book, seventh I think, eighth, ninth, 10th. So and this in the, if you're going for ninth, 10th, 11th, so I'll say this ninth is important, 10th is important, 11th part this is most important. I'm writing also here. I'll write here most important, and this is also important. This can be a skip. Like if you want, you can skip these two books. However, I'll say at least for the first two reading needed. Like when you have an exam in the like in your in the some 3, 4 months, so you can skip those for revising. But at least for the like at least two revision, one or two revision you can give to this book. Okay, but most important books are this. If you want me to give priority over these books, I'll say one most priority, two, three, or four. Then up to you. Like because 6, 7, 8 NCERT is going to be again repeating in your 9, 10 classes. Again, 8th content would be in 11, so it would be similar. No problem for that. Okay. So you can start reading NCERT at home when you have started preparation. Make sure NCERT, and I'll suggest one thing more. Please make sure. See, if you're watching the classes, it means what you're comfortable with online content. So please start like using through the learning through the PDF only. Okay, so make sure that you don't go for a bulky books of like if you collect all the NCERT it will be so heavy. Make sure you just take the basic NCERT PDF from the NCERT website. Just if you want, you can collab like compile. Okay, so in that you can also skip. So you can compile. What you can do, you compile basically 6 to 12 NCERT in a single PDF. And in a single PDF you just compile all 6 to 12 NCERT, and if you compile 6 to 12 NCERT, then you can start skipping like 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, so it would be easy for you, and in a 1 or 2 way you can study. If you compile, make sure you are studying with the tablet or laptop. It becomes easier, somewhat easier. Okay, so that to be followed for the NCERT based. And one book which is most people used to say, that is GC Leo. Okay, GC Leo part. you can take this book as a reference if you like stuck with somewhere. However, you won't be getting stuck in the concept of this, because you have a video lectures, you can revise as many as times. But make sure for GC learning part, again use a PDF. First, make a drive when you're starting preparation. Make a drive. Okay, make drive link, and in that make sure NCRT of class 11 to 12. NCRT take from 6 to 12, compile in a one PDF. See, this is for the people who are comfortable with learning through online, and if you are comfortable with books, then you will go for books and take a GC Leong books as a reference if when you need. Okay, that's all. Okay, and then one more thing that you needed for this, that is Atlas. Atlas you needed basically. If you see, using through Google Maps, uh, Google Earth, that is a beneficial info, but you need an atlas so that you can at least for the starting when you're finding difficult the preparation. Initial days you need an atlas, but when you become a pro, after 6 7 months of the preparation, you become like you have understood syllabus, revise at least 2 3 times, and now you're comfortable. Then atlas there is a no need of atlas, but in the starting there is a little bit need of atlas. So just take a atlas also. Okay, for Atlas you don't you have to purchase Atlas only. Okay, you don't have to go for like PDF of Atlas, that won't be beneficial. However, Google Maps, replacing Atlas would be a Google Map, but Google Map every time you cannot just open a Google Map. uh, okay, so but Atlas would be easy somewhat. Okay, it become easy for you. So that's all for the for the today class. Okay, I think we have discussed the every part needed for the prayer, like what we are going through, how we have to move ahead. So what we have discussed today is what? Just a second. So what we have discussed today, we have discussed about weightage of geography. What we have discussed today, we have discussed weightage of geography. Okay, we have discussed weightage of geography. Then we have discussed what after weightage we move to what, like syllabus of geography. Just a second. Syllabus geography. Okay, then we have moved to what? Then we have to first we discuss weightage of geography, syllabus of geography, and then we move to what of the syllabus what we discuss. Just a second. Books to be followed. Okay, books to be followed. Sorry, books to be followed. Okay. So firstly, we have discussed the weightage, a syllabus, and the books to be followed. In the couple of classes, in the next classes, we are going to with the detail. Like we are basically going to start with the Indian geography. Okay. Like okay. So like we are going to with the context. We are going to start with the Indian geography firstly, because it constitute a heavy weightage in the prelims. So we are going to with the we are starting with the Indian geography. In that Indian geography, we are in the in the couple of classes will firstly discuss about the detailed syllabus of for Indian geography, what we are going to study, and then we move to ahead out basic introduction of India, and then we'll move to several topics of the Indian geography. Okay, so for today, that's all for the today class. We hope you have understood what how we are going to be followed and what to be followed for the geography part. Okay, so for geography, make sure you study with the PDF like NCRT's PDF, JC Long PDF. Okay, that would be a little easy. If you like books, so you can purchase books also. You can go through books also. Okay, so hope you have understood.